let's run down this very quickly. This is the second take, meaning that I'm layering information that I already released on top to give you even more information a lot quicker. But basically, on my card game channel, I'm dealing with a lot of haters, bro. It is almost like natural to me because I do provocative videos, right? Anytime you provoke people to think with their brains telling them, it's like, I don't want to do this work. I just want to emit bad emotions, just vomit all the bad emotions, and not even in a productive way. Not even in just like, I feel bad. No, you're a loser. You are mentally ill. You're this and that, this and that wrong. Why would you play a game that you don't like? All these fucking criticisms, bro, just vomited out. All this smug arrogance, basically, being thrown at me, including with all sorts of tangly fucking defenses, basically. This is the most recent one. It's like, dude, you need to be more self-aware. You're the problem. Or you just like, they can't fucking stop. They can't stop. You're the problem. Literally, my job is to fight haters because haters are outmatching normal people, like, with the fucking tremendous ratio. The ratio of haters versus normal people is insane. Welcome to Max Stats Revision. The reason why I need this revision is because I come with an insight of my dad. My dad being the guy that introduced me with jobs. So-called jobs. That jobs actually exist. I know jobs is a real concept out there, but I don't pay rent and I sit on welfare. And I make a lot of people jealous, apparently. Especially when I say Americans have privilege. You know, I will take any privilege I can get. What's the problem with that, you know? But someone got offended and then got banned from my Discord right after. Because he became a hater. He just couldn't contain himself. It's over. Like, the moment you send your first insult at me, you lose that argument. And you also probably get banned because you tried to ruin my day, you know? I have to assess of, like, what the fuck is going on. Of course my day is ruined. I have to talk about this. This is a big topic. This is as big of a topic as women. Women, dude, don't exist. None of these things exist. These are mythical creatures. Jobs and women, I have not seen a good version of that just yet. Alright? It's all just ass. So my dad introduces me to rent and jobs, basically to slavery in UK. Alright? And then I also get introduced by a woman that I don't like, but we're not gonna talk about Bruno, okay? Nuh-uh. Too much trauma in one video. I can't funnel that much trauma, but this is like tense, alright? So get ready to learn a lot of shit. Because definitely on YouTube, I am going through like a very unique experience, and it's like everyone is defending each other at the same time. You know, mostly themselves, but they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna be smug, arrogant, smart asses. As when they find something to say, they just feel so fucking good. But that's all you did, bro. I'm still one versus everyone. There's nobody on my side. And people do that shit all the time. Because I've seen that, if I seen that with Sniper Wolf, nobody's on her side. I had to dig through 25 videos to find a person on Sniper Wolf's side. I hope it was properly, you know, highlighted, but probably wasn't. Probably the video itself is buried alive, so what's the point? You don't get support anymore. And when you don't get support, when you don't get respect, we're in the apocalypse now. You should get pity support for me. Like, a moderator should show up that actually wants to slap these haters in the face and catch all of them. That does not happen. The haters out ratio normal people, and that's all I receive. As if, like, I deserve that shit. No. No, bro. I get nothing out of YouTube. I give you free videos and I get nothing in return but hatred. And that happens all the time. You know, the hardest jobs are the ones that pay the least. And it's just, what? That's hell, bro. That is fucking hell on earth. You get paid the least and it's the hardest stuff is jobs. It's like, fuck, what life are we living? That's why jobs don't exist. You know? The greatest proof that jobs don't exist is that the less you get paid, the harder is the job. And that has been said by like a fucking senator, respectable man or whatever. Same goes with women, right? The lower the quality of a woman, the less you fucking want to hang out with that person. It's like, there's not a lot of reasons to hang out with a low quality woman. That's it. You're just kind of chasing like the best job imaginable first and think about the rest later, to be honest. Chase the biggest skills you can have first and think about survival later. I mean, no, you have to escape rent, of course. You have to escape slavery. Blatant slavery, by the way. But people actually promote this shit, just like autism. Just like some fucking idiot. Jacksepticeye is promoting autism. Like, great. Wonderful news. I already buried him, but like, Jesus Christ, that was weird, dude. People promoting doctors, people promoting better help. Yeah, that's so good. So good, dude. And then this fucking weirdo on top of everyone else playing his little games. So social fucking experiments now. Jesus Christ. What has YouTube turned into? I don't know, man. It turned into what it's supposed to turn into. Ass. Ass with the biggest barrier of haters, biggest barrier of entry to making content that we have ever seen, you know? I have to fucking invent a flying car until people start looking at me straight. You know, I have to make a card game in 2 months that's like better than every other card game in 2 months as a one-person team. Then people gonna be like, that looks interesting. You know, they're not gonna acknowledge that maybe they should stop fucking hating. They're just gonna be like, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Honestly, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. It's a never-ending battle of just proving haters wrong about literally everything. Trying to humble them with more and more effort. Never ending. They even keep track of time, bro. 6 months ago you said this, and now you're still playing the fucking game, so Bazaar must be good. No, it's not, bro. No. If there's a better card game, I am switching to the better card game. People are so delusional, bro. In order to support their worldview. I literally build so much effort into my worldview, into understanding what the fuck is going on. Everything other people do is amplified as an insult 10 times. They don't understand how I feel when I receive hatred. It's different, bro. It hits different when I interact with stupid people. It's just like leaves me hopeless for humanity. Because hatred is a lot worse, considering what I just spilled in this video. I have to
Prepare
talk
yourselves.
about something because the topic has been brought up. And then the person got banned off my Discord because of that. Telling me to get a job. And I can't do that. What do you... Jobs don't exist yet. They're not being offered to anyone. Like, if it's so easy to build a business and find jobs, then it should be just as easy to, hey dude, do you want a job? That's how easy it is to give a job to a person. You know? Why not? Just give it to them. Just get to know a person that lives locally potentially. It has to have some kind of a deposit attached to it. You know, deposit is a very big word. I'm gonna put some big words in here. Deposit. You have to understand what deposit is. You have to... the other person has to earn trust in case you have something valuable to offer. So deposit is like legit. What deposit turned into is a rent deposit, which is like, I don't trust you. You're extracting so much fucking money out of me. Why should I trust a fucking idiot landlord? Like, it's disgusting. But here you go. Here you go. We are controlled by landlords. We are being attacked. This is a bloodshed, basically. And slavery. Like, and you don't understand that we're at war. And I'm not the enemy. I don't control 50 properties and I have to lend them over to other people or something. For cheaper or whatever. I'm not the enemy, dude. Jesus Christ. And people still just find a reason to hate me. Like, dude, how about you join me on this endeavor to help humanity, to help yourself? I have free time to actually think about what's our battle plan. Instead, people just call me mentally ill, just move on with their lives. That's insane, dude. Like, we're not gonna make any progress if even me does not get any respect. We cannot make any progress if a smart person is just dormant, sitting here, and not even capable of communicating with any human being, bro. Do human beings exist? Is a question I'm yet to answer. That's not just... You know, I'm traveling across space and I'm like, where are these human beings that everyone is talking about? Don't just pick up a job from the ground. Like, they don't. Where are they? Which makes it... All they do is just being smug, arrogant, opinion generators that are negative and hateful. That's all they learn how to do. You're not gonna achieve... This is not a competition. Being a hater is not a fucking competition. You get nothing in return. I swear to God, you get absolutely nothing. You get retaliation in return all the time. My dad is a fucking hater, you know? This is why I say this is traumatizing, that jobs don't exist. My dad introduced jobs, and he's a hater. And every time he gets beaten up, I realized he deserves it. He deserves everything that happens to him. I don't deserve losing his wealth, you know, that he might actually... There's a chance that he will leave it to me. You know, I don't deserve to lose that. But he definitely deserves to be beaten up over and over every single year just to have some kind of bad thing happen to him. Because he doesn't fucking get it, dude. There's more in life than money. Smoker, drinker, like terrible person. And gets up in people's face, confronts them about nothing. Basically being a hater in real life. Which is a lot worse than on the internet. On the internet, you can still stop and not get too worse of a consequence. On the internet, you still have time to change your behavior. Now that we're outmatched, there's only one thing left to do to the haters. If there's piles of fucking shit everywhere and we're outmatched, we just flush that down the toilet. All together. You know, the skibbity toilet meme will come to life and it will be flushed. Maybe it's people flushing their dads into the toilet. Because, like, fuck it, new generation. That's how he communicates. Ruthlessly communicating, bro. There's bigger and bigger toilets to flush, by the way. Bigger and bigger shitty dads, basically, all over the place. Controlling the universe and leeching other people, enslaving their fucking children, and their friends' children for the sake of rent money, where they don't have to do anything themselves. This is an absolute horror that you are born into, basically, or maybe every single generation below is fighting the generation above, and it's never just unending insanity, basically. So, welcome, guys. Max stats are required. You should be motivated to have max stats very much. Alright? You can't just sit on your ass and not feel like you are being tormented by a lot of problems that a lot of people are suffering. Will Smith came out on TikTok and says, like, actually all people are actually suffering. This really motivates me. Really, Will Smith? You just woke up today. Because today people are actually suffering. Today is the apocalypse, bro. And it's 5 years into the apocalypse, where people are suffering for the sake of something has to happen. They have to accumulate suffering, so someone fucking picks up a giant hammer and just destroys the problem, breaks it in half. So it's now no longer affecting as many people. This is what we're faced with, bro. It's a serious shit, and I'm just sitting here with 10 views on a video like that. Like, it's absolutely appalling to me. Spread the news. Spread your wings. Upload TikToks. Alright? That shit gets more views. That shit sucks up all the genuine content that people expect you to spill the beans, So, upload more TikToks. Be more active on social media. I can't stress this enough. I've already said way too many times to be active. And not a single person shows up on my Discord just to have a conversation for that particular day. They found something interesting in life. They found an insight. They want to talk about it. No, a dude shows up, gets offended, says an insult after the argument, basically proving that he's a criminal scumbag, trying to just ruin my day. That's a fucking criminal offense. To ruin my day? If I am YouTube CEO confirmed 100% in your face with buttons to delete your channel, you have ruined one day. Your fine is probably $100,000 or something, like some astronomical amount. So take a ban and think about it really quickly before your life gets ruined a lot more. Like, imagine that, dude. Imagine talking to a billionaire before he becomes a billionaire. Now that is a big problem. That is the problem of respect. So let's learn what respect is all about. Because it's all about respect. It's all about respect. It's all about respect, bro. If I scroll up, we find that it's all about respect, bro. Have you seen a VGHS series? If you haven't seen VGHS, you haven't respected YouTube as an ecosystem. So it's all about respect. This is a big guy. You know who he be. He's the most respectable dude on the internet because he just likes food. He's a simple man. He was introduced that was so beautiful. That should have been Mr. Beast replacement. VGHS season 4 should have been on every television set ever, dude. In every streaming service ever. It's the most heartbreaking shit I've ever seen. That instead we got a social experiment of like, let's toy with human beings, and cut off their limbs. Because that's what it takes to survive in today's age without money. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Some people get their limbs from Mr. Beast, and some people lose to capitalism. Congratulations. You know, that's not a job. Jobs basically don't exist if they're not laying around. So if nobody's inviting you to do a job for them, then there's no jobs. A job, you go to a farmer and it's like, well, you pick crops. You go to a farmer. You go to a person who has plenty of jobs, plenty of tasks to do, and can give you small rewards and small experiences. Like, it's beautiful. Knowledge, you get knowledge. You get really your hands dirty on that one. You get physical activity. You get to see material being put together into something useful like a shed, bro. You get to put solar panel on top and feel like, holy shit, I get free energy. I can do anything with free energy. Your mind gets blown when you just walk into a farmer's world, basically, and learn everything about it. And maybe connect one farmer to the other because you're working across the fields, basically, helping other people. Like, this is an absolutely a bargain, basically. And it's not here. It's not like I have a farmer. It's my teacher. My teacher became a farmer, basically. And I will always support him. You know? He uploaded a video and I have a chance to support him. John Oliver is back, by the way. Here it is. And he has tons of subs at this point. From my country. He's now a B-listed celebrity, basically. In Europe. Fucking badass, basically. And deserved. My teacher, a person I had a chance to see in person and talk to, and we still interacting in the comment section. He's still a fucking respectful guy. Like, he's doing fine. You know, let him live his life, and I will always thumbs up his life. There's no way, bro. But yeah, that's a very intimidating person. If a person does not intimidate you, then you're free to hate, you know? You're free to do that special thing you've never done before in your life. I hope. That's hopes and dreams, my friends, because hatred does not yield much power whatsoever. I can share some resources with you or whatever. That's a job. At this point, small talk is better. At this point, mental illness is better than hatred. Oh boy. I go there, I can live for hatred only leads you to criminal activity. Mental illness and small talk leads you into just normalizing yourself. I'm sorry, dude. Couple of days, do some work, blah blah. When I say you're a hater, if anyone gets that label, you're worse than mentally ill. But you cannot even comprehend that. So it's a lot worse. Things are a lot worse than mental illness, bro. Mental illness, people actually, you know, suck it up. They suck it up. They kind of admit to it when they have it, you know. This is why haters constantly use that. They want a friend that's like next doors, as close to them as possible, and people sometimes submit to that disease, basically. That's the zombie apocalypse, basically. I mean, the zombie apocalypse happens not because we're surrounded by zombies, but someone actually realizes that people are kind of zombies. Like, we have to like double check if they're not like imposters or whatever. Like, if they're really human beings, we have to test their abilities to actually function as a human being. And holy Jesus, is that difficult? Go back home. If that's not the conditions of a job, then you kind of just pick it up. No one's recommending them, and people are actually vicious and turn into a hater. The moment someone turns into a hater, by the way, you know we're not talking about rational things anymore. Job is more of a fucking slavery. Job is a slavery, and rent takes all your money, basically. It's like that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about jobs anymore. We're talking about slavery, and then you get ripped off right after. And I was able to escape that. Crazy. And I might be able to help other people, but they have to slowly untangle themselves from stupidity. It's a slow process. It's not just you go ahead and abuse me, basically. Use my free time. I have extra free time to share to other people. I can turn it in conversations, into advice, sharing ideas. Like, we can turn this into something valuable for you personally. Nope. No one has patience for that. If you don't have patience, you're not going to make much progress. And then you're going to be stuck without privileges that you're surrounded by potentially. As an American, you have more opportunities, more friends, like more of resources of any kind. And if you don't acknowledge that you have privileges, like you're not gonna make any progress. Like you're not even making a step one into bettering your life. If you don't acknowledge the resources that you have, the opportunities that you have better lifestyle than the rest of the world, bro, goodbye. All right, goodbye. You can't even acknowledge the first step of self improvement is looking around and being like, yeah, I can do a lot of things. And I should be doing that instead of being a fucking hater. That was the opportunity? You found an opportunity to be a hater? That's crazy, dude. Wow. Wow, you really fucking took that shit seriously, you know? You can. That's a crazy resource that you can latch onto. How many bans can you get from Discord, you know? Crazy, dude. I love that shit. I'm collecting bands too. I'm collecting bands too, but I'm collecting them in a completely different manner. You know? To the point where I'm just disappointed in humanity. Everyone bans me as well. You know? I have to ban mostly everyone, and everyone bans me. So I'm like, there can only be like one direction here. When I get banned, I'm not getting banned. I ban them. All of them. All of that filthy community that they have created, and they have nothing to offer me because I'm just too smart. I see, I poke their holes. I trigger them. I offend them. You know, faster than they can offend me. I just get bored. You know, like what do I do when there's the person yapping? When there's people just like circling around me of like, what the fuck do I do? And in the end, it just results in a ban because I have way too much energy. You know, they can't have all of it. How they don't deserve that. Clearly, you know. Same goes here. Basically, every ban that happened across my Discord lifetime is like people don't deserve to interact with me. Basically, I get to be arrogant because I know why. I can put puzzle pieces together. There's a pattern going on. Just people will never, ever calm down and admit that I'm just better at something, which is like, what? How can you not do that? You do that all the time. Someone has better art skills, more subscribers. How can the one thing that's so hard to admit that there's like a smarter person with more effort emitting in the room? How can you just not admit that to yourself? What's stopping you, bro? Capitalism? I haven't figured it out, bro. What's stopping people from just admitting there's a smart person and maybe I can just ask questions instead of being a hater? Maybe I can just like have fun instead of being a hater. There's opportunities given to you, like Santa Claus came to town, and instead you just fucking throw snowballs at the Santa Claus. It's like, get out of my town. I don't need no presents. We can do well without you, Santa Claus. And I'm like, ho ho ho, dude. It's just Christmas. It's one day in a fucking year that you get to see me, and you still hate me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Jesus. Because I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking. This is how stupid people are, dude. Santa Claus comes to town. He gets abused. He never comes back to your fucking town ever again. And it's like the Santa Claus that you're being told about is obviously a myth, the legend, the something that will never happen to you because he's already banned from your town. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Real people who want to genuinely do good to other people, they're banned from your life. You can't access them. And maybe you did it by yourself. Maybe you're the problem. Like it's that crazy. You're probably not the problem because you watched 30 minutes of this. You're trying to like analyze the situation here. Looking for some crazy ass thing that nobody has, which is respect. You know, there's many resources besides money. Respect is also a resource, unfortunately. You know, for most people who don't have that resource. Even respect can be a resource. Almost, I want to actually know how many resources there are in the world. And for max stats, we might have to do it. We might have to just into a hater because the world is hardcore. It is what it's like. We're at war, but the war is so fucking mystified that we don't actually treat it as war. We don't even want to acknowledge that there's a thing called peace, a thing called respect. You have political brainworms rotting your brain and capitalism rotting your pockets. I mean, you got nothing going on. Most of the time, if you're just a genuine human, generic human being, you have nothing going on for you besides you have a genuinely good life. And once you calm down, you can, like, live that life. Congratulations, and not fucking complain all the time about how terrible your life is. Because spreading negativity is just not worth it, dude. No one's resonating with that shit. This is where peace comes from. This is why respect is needed, to be able to actually... They might like your comment, but, like, they're not gonna dogpile themselves onto your hatred, you know? Twist back into peace the moment, like, a hatred can sometimes, like, stop something from happening too fast. But at the same time, it's like, wow, we're inventing all this technology, and I can't even get, like, a subscriber. That's too fast. That's too much for people. That is so... I cannot just get some basic respect for, like, uploading videos. People just, like, be like, oh, wow, you uploaded 1,500 videos? What a loser, you don't even have that many subscribers. Yeah. Yeah, can you explain that for me? Because if people respected what I upload, that wouldn't be the case. The opposite would be the case, you know? I would have had more subscribers than videos. But it's just, it's a proof. It's blatant proof. Right there. If you have ever needed the biggest proof is that this number is smaller than this number. That's the proof that respect does not exist. Whether it's YouTube algorithm does not respect me, whether it's people who bump into me don't respect me, like, you fucking name it, dude. You figure it out. This is the mystery for people to slurp over and over again. You know, when I respected a human being, I mean, it sort of worked out. Sort of worked out, you know. When I respected drama, I didn't get much subscribers, but Unspeakable kind of fucking opened his pockets of, like, oh yeah, okay, I guess you do respect me, dude. Here's 20 subscribers. Congratulations. I'm gonna be generous today. It's like, wow, I got pity 20 subscribers or something for respecting a guy for an hour, you know, that has millions, dude. So, great. We still made progress. I'm not going to be a bitch about it. I'm just telling you how difficult it actually is, you know, without editing software. I'm trying to win Hearthstone as a game without any editing software. That's why people feel uncomfortable, but that's, like, fine. Be that way because that's good, you know? If you're uncomfortable, we can solve the problem. If you think that I'm the problem, you're missing the point. You're missing the point, bro. Not everyone is a hater except 90% of the comments. People who open their mouths, you know, decide to be hateful. What does that mean? You know, that means that humanity is losing to aliens. You know, aliens are just taking over the world. Be careful out there, you know? You lose all respect for all human beings and it's game over, basically. This is potentially the war zone of who's going to lose the most respect for things. I mean, it's easy to lose respect for Mr. Beast, so you cannot hang on to certain things for too long. You have to keep moving. Even the biggest YouTuber will betray you. You give respect to Mr. Beast, he'll stab you in the back and make the worst YouTube video imaginable every now and then, you know? Gotta keep searching for respectable people. Search for respectable people. That's a job. Everything I'm doing is a fucking job. Everything I'm doing is trying to save humanity from their own stupidity, basically. If you kind of defeat me intellectually, then you resort into... And it's very difficult to save someone, just like I'm a firefighter, right? A firefighter comes to your home, and it's like your home is burning. But you don't acknowledge that I'm a good firefighter. It's like I'm better. I can handle this. I can, remove this fire, extinguish this fire myself. That's what arrogance does. I came here to rescue you from a fucking burning house, and you're just like, no, I'm doing fine. I'm destroying that fire. I'm fighting fires just like you do, almost better actually. It's like, what? I haven't even started yet, and then I fucking pull out a stream and just put that shit on their faces so they don't burn to death. I just try to fucking make them into a wet dream. So at least they don't burn to death trying to fight their stupid fires. And then they're like, why you made me wet? What is wrong with you? It's like, what the fuck are people doing, bro? This is how it feels like all the time. Everything I do is a problem to them. I came to their burning house. That's a problem. I made them wet so they don't get burned to fucking death. That's a problem. There's not a fucking thank you message when being just smarter and being around them, acknowledging that they exist, bro. They should be thankful. This is what happened to Jesus, bro. He got fucking crossed over and over and over and over by them haters, dude. That's why Jesus dies, in a storyline. The storyline that just keeps happening. For 2,000 years, maybe we had lack of genuine appreciation for angry people, instead of like, oh, I'm way angrier on you personally. If you don't find targets to be things to be angry about, and you just target one person, you are a hater. Don't target just one person, because you're not going to win that battle. You're going to just waste my time. That's it. Just because someone is angry doesn't mean it's capitalism time and you have to outdo my job of being angry. That's not just my job, that's my personality. You cannot outdo my personality. I lived with myself for entirety of my lifetime. I am the best angry person in my world. In the radius that I live. I'm the biggest angry person. And everyone knows me. Starting to get to know me as well. As that angry guy, dude. Like, it's crazy to me. Still. Not good enough. Isn't it? Still not good enough.
You have lost. You have nothing to say anymore. It's game over. And it happens over and over again.
Let's
most
go,
people
bro.
think they are good intellectually by throwing insults. Like, no, you immediately insta-lose. Intellectually, you lose. The first insult...
I think max stats is about respect and retaliation. You can't just sit on your ass and just suck it up when people insult you, because people reset other people's progress and they feel good about it. There's haters everywhere feeling good about themselves because people suck up mental illness and they just stoop so low on the haters. There's always the 10%, the 10% of people who will be willing to accept mental illness. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Don't do that.
is the moment
Don't
you
do
lose
that, bro.
an argument.
I don't think even my doctor wants me to admit mental illness, but at the same time, I just come there. Today I'm gonna go there. Just to meet a person that's not me. Just a person that I can respect. Look in the eyes and be like, yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine, dude. We
The
can
moment you
handle the situation.
land your first insult is you lose the argument. I never do that. Like, I don't need that shit. Bro, when do I need a fucking insult?
That's when the person you're talking to is smarter. He's not insulting you. He's trying to communicate, He's not using alien language. Because insults and swear words usually are the most ambiguous language there is. You don't actually feel. You just know that a person is trying to insult you. And that's all you know. That the person hates you. So it's alien language. Like, we're surrounded by aliens. We're being attacked. And they're everywhere. And no one... Where are the freedom fighters, dude? When are we gonna get the comment section back?
Boy, what point will I prove with a fucking insult? I don't need that shit, bro. Unless we're building a character, like a fucking quadruple.
Do you feel how much passion I have to retaliate and fight back and take my revenge on these fools? That's where you're gonna get max stats. The maximum motivation is to retain your integrity as a person.
Cancer whale that we just discussed on Mr. Beast video. Fucking quadruple.
Not let anyone destroy who you are, the esteem that you have. People think they can pop it, and they will try, and you just don't let them. It's not for you to do that.
It's still not real.
I'm not a fucking girly to get popped, bro.
An insult.
Like a balloon.
Well, I'm just describing what I fucking see. Like, it is what it is, dude.
Girly,
That person
bro.
not gonna interact with me back. I can insult YouTubers technically because they're not here. They're not.
Yeah. All the haters are just horny. Am I right?
I can't reach them
It
in any
is.
significant way. They're just an idea. I can insult ideas anytime. The idea, you know. I don't like that idea. Or debunk the idea right after.
I think it's a pretty vicious attempt, and I've seen Mark Passio like fall down, like a big guy fall down into somewhat hateful behavior. Like his retaliation became out of control, and who knows if Mark Passio is gonna come back for another season? It's just it feels like a sad ending at this point. He's like number 8 on my channel, and it's sad.
I insulted. Make it weaker. Like, well.
Because I don't like him myself anymore. He was kind of like giving some eye-opening information, but then became like the most disgusting person ever, repeating the same shit over and over again. That he just hates his audience. I don't hate my audience. I hate people who get offended because they start commenting. They start trying to escape the change that is happening, the change that is necessary. I'm a good person with good intentions. Take the fucking change. Don't get offended. Just yet. Okay? Because your retaliation is probably just hatred. It's probably the lowest of the low that you can do.
You don't understand.
So, what was the point?
For respect
to get offended.
For human beings to be able to learn and change and combat your arguments and whatnot, like, I can give that, but that's a resource and you can waste it very quickly on what. Buying an insult is very expensive. It's a very expensive purchase, and you also get a bonus ban as a present. So, like, don't fucking do that, guys. Like, you're trying to ruin my fucking day. And it's such a zombie behavior, right? Dealing with haters is a job. I will tell you this much, all right? Dealing with haters, do whatever it takes to fucking stun them, basically. A hater it's insane, dude. A hater is weaponizing their free time to attack others. You have free time. The dude was not fucking fully enslaved and was able to complain about how tough his life is or whatever to me. But he did not respect that I am.
To be able to complain and get offended is a huge privilege. Because you're not enslaved to the point where you have to be nice to everyone. You know, everyone can just rip the shit out of you, basically, whenever they feel like it. You don't feel like that, so you just like, oh, this guy's a fool. Yeah? What if I am the first guy who can rip others across the internet? Just rip all the valuables, your girlfriend, your money, your dog just mysteriously disappears. Like, what if I'm that guy that's across the internet, just make things disappear in your life? I can start haunting your house. What if I'm the first guy that you hate it, but there's actual real consequences that are beyond just like regular? Of, oh, I'll get banned, like, who cares? I'll just move on to the next victim, basically, you know? That's what's going on. It's zombie apocalypse across the internet. I've been coining that term way too many times. Just people running from one victim to the other. Not just trying to scam them. That's just a whole deeper well. That's like more blatant hatred, basically. A much more vicious thing is genuine people. Seemingly genuine people, they even introduce themselves and they turn into a zombie over time. Basically, it just comes out of them. They get offended.
The biggest dude in the world, potentially. Like a celebrity status level that can fucking help him in any way. He did not acknowledge that that's a possibility. Alright? Well...
So now this is turning into a cake. This video that we just did, we can't even watch this. I have way too many thoughts about this situation. We're under attack. Yes, respect is something we have to learn, but we have to also let it go. You know, respect is way too big of a concept, apparently, for me to chew on and explain to people. I'll sit down, I'll
I did
respect
not get
myself
any
now.
respect, in fact, to be able to continue the conversation.
Respect soup.
Dude does not even know how to argue, but wants to go into an argument because he wants to prove his truth, because he wants to look at me as a job.
Wants to avoid change in his life.
Being fucking words on Discord. Nah, bro. I can't fucking accept that. The moment you said that Americans are privileged is the moment I have,
I put so much effort into this, and I do things he can disprove me. If you think that you can disprove me, you have no idea what effort is. Alright? Effort translates into experience, which translates into knowledge, which translates into superiority over you, which can be looked at and seen for effort. This is effort. If you don't match my subscriber count with my effort, if you think my videos suck balls, you still have to prove that. In general terms, that all videos, even though they're different and they talk about different topics, they suck balls. Alright, if you can prove that, then my effort is maybe nullified. If I am just AI generated fucking loser. Alright? Just like everyone else. Or something like that. Like, I feel like an NPC talking about things that everyone else talked about. That's not the case. I type into the search bar of anything I look for, and I just laugh at people who invent sleep and resting and other nonsense things, basically, that most people know. Soundproofing, though, was not a topic I knew about. And I still don't know, because the soundproof guy was still a mediocre person. Most people are barely experienced in anything at all, even if they deem to be professionals. And I sit here like, I have to do everything myself? Jesus Christ, dude. Where are the jobs? If jobs existed, not only I would be invited to do a job, but the jobs would knock on my door and offer to do the job. There should be jobs all over the place of like, get a better computer, install this fucking ARM. Do you want this item, that item? Do you want sensor lights in your home? Maybe you will save on electricity. They just keep selling things, you know? Keep looking around of like, yeah, we can fix things for you. Maybe there's a problem. There's a fucking bed that potentially they can replace. Do the economy, dude. Like, yeah, you have to sacrifice your privacy if you respect a guy that stands and offers you things, and hopefully these are not vampire scammers, because that shit sucks. You know, you let vampire into your home and they don't get out. It's like what? What? That sucks balls. But we have to transition into dude economy to fix people's problems because a lot of people live with cockroaches in their mouths, basically. Do you know that if you're a piece of shit human being, 3 cockroaches enter your mouth and leaves with hands full of cash in the morning? It's just that's what happens to shitty people.
well, the dude got defeated.
Haven't you been scientifically infatuated about cockroaches entering your mouth?
To turn into a hater, you got defeated immediately. You have one chance of like winning an argument.
They love moist areas.
Being correct, more correct than I am, and that didn't fucking happen either.
They love moist areas. Penguin, you gotta double check how many cockroaches enter your mouth. You gotta put that night cam.
There's the next thing.
I love YouTube. YouTube sucks balls.
So, get offended.
And that's good.
This is step number 1 of dealing with haters. Get them offended. Randomly.
It's good when I have the balls and I'm just better.
They randomly get offended. You know that's a fucking hater. Alright. Get into an argument.
Because you can't control your emotions in order to, like, land your plane. If you can land your plane, you can land a conversation, you can pull that conversation into something fucking valuable. When I get offended, I don't get up to someone's face, I make a video, you know? I funnel my anger into something tangible, something that you can put in court and teach people many new skills and much self-esteem to be had here.
Immediately. No.
Put in court, where people like literally, that's your punishment, dude. You have to watch 10 Gurunext videos, basically. In court. You just like, bam, slam, hammer. Watch 10 Gurunext videos and tell me if you have 10 insights afterwards. Should be the easiest thing ever. You go back to court like, here's insight number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from one video. I watched 10 and I have like 1,000 insights. That's what should happen for a normal human being. A regular human being, a low tier human being, is just gonna deliver 10 insights, just like they were asked. You know, no matter what you're being asked to do, you have to do more. But you have to do more to yourself. For yourself, you have to respect yourself. That's your job, you know? And if you are disqualified from even having a job, that's great. You can do more job that you like. Not that other people tell you to do, that you like, but you still have to do jobs. You know, I'm doing a job. This is effort. This is not waste of time. This is not disproven yet. Just because people don't like it doesn't matter, because this is the effort that has to come out of me, because there's problems all over the place. I am being attacked. Everyone else is being attacked. Slowly and surely, your dream YouTuber, your idols are being attacked all the time, and you are ignoring that 100%. You think that just praising them is good enough? Giving them positive feedback is good enough? You have to fight them haters for them as well. That's potentially when you will be respected a lot more than just a commentator. When you fight for them, when you save them from the brain rot that haters fucking generate.
No fucking wasting time trying to apologize or whatever, like backtracking. Now, get into an argument. You win the argument. They give you that insult ban.
That's their track record, basically.
Self-improvement. You don't.
That's 3 steps. Get offended, get into an argument, say an insult, and hope that you don't get the retaliation you deserve. Oh, what an easy life of a hater. The biggest retaliation to people like that, hopefully you don't get that in the streets, where you just walk away. And if that person charges at you, you have the right to defend yourself now, because they are invading your private space as hard as they possibly can. Yeah, you can try and run, but running is actually going to put you in danger. You have the right to defend yourself, unfortunately. You have to use that right no matter what happens next. If someone charges at you after they get banned, if they create 1,000 accounts, you have the right to defend yourself as best as you can. Know your rights.
Want to talk to people. All right, that's cool. I'm open, you know? I'm open to share ideas, knowledge, all that stuff.
Because usually haters don't just stop there. They turn into criminals right after. You know, there's a 50-50 chance, it seems.
Answer questions. You know, I've done that quite a few times already.
Anyone who has self-esteem is gonna bump into a hater that wants to be turned into a criminal, basically, as a last resort to attempt to latch onto a victory for a fucking argument. No, it's obviously deeper than that. They get offended because they have a lot deeper shit going on for themselves. They have deeper intentions to harm other human beings. They get into offense mode to get something in return. It gets deeper and deeper, basically. It turns into like actually a scam. I don't even want to think about it.
You know, it's going well.
But like a lot of people try to intimidate you and all that shit. They just try all this weird stuff. How does that work at any point ever to anyone? Like, are you kidding me, dude? But Yeah, because they're stupid people. Mm,
guys.
okay.
I'm willing to spend my free time.
It works against stupid people, yes. Yeah. Capitalism. Capitalism is restless. Where's the stupidest person? Where's the bottom where's the person living in a fucking bottom right now? Capitalism to keep scooping the bottom tier people and try to enslave them, basically. And they can't even do that anymore. Can't even offer jobs to people. That also is a slavery contract. Even that is shutting down. Capitalism is looking more and more fucking ugly every single day. To the point where the apocalypse accelerates the ugliness of capitalism tenfold or twice every year.
To empower other people.
Jesus.
They don't want to do the same thing to me. And that's the world that I fucking see right now.
Literally, the biggest capitalistic scumbag enters my Discord and says, "Get a job." Like, okay, dude. Okay. Who's speaking here? Do you have jobs? Is someone handing over jobs? Because that's the only thing you can expect other human beings to do, is just pick up something that is being offered. Nothing is being offered, dude. Don't worry about it. I live a dormant lifestyle where we're waiting for jobs. We are sitting here waiting for new jobs. All right? There is an army of Europeans, Chinese people. We're just sitting here waiting for new jobs. Okay? So fuck off.
Not many jobs, and not many jobs are needed, technically. The only reason
we're literally waiting. We're doing the fucking thing. We're waiting. We might not need the job that is being offered because it doesn't offer much money at all. But we're waiting. We're gonna look at it, inspect it. We're gonna consider that shit. But you ain't got nothing, bro. You just got privilege to be offended, to turn into a fucking zombie anytime you feel like it. You know? Fucking Americans, bro. One thing I say in this video is that Americans have so much privilege. They can cut themselves in half. They can cut their reputation in half for like 100 times before they start feeling pain. Especially if they do it to themselves. If other people do it to them, they will feel a lot more pain because, like, that is being done to them. Like, they actually deserve to be cut in half. They deserve to be cancelled. But when they do it to themselves, most people don't feel a thing. It's unbelievable how many times you can cut yourself in half in America. And by that, I mean your influence. When you do something wrong, you cut yourself in half. When you not acknowledge value and virtue, and you just toss respect out of your system as if it's not valuable to you, actually, you just changed your mind. You sit on my Discord and one day you decide that respect is not exactly a resource that you ever needed. It just feels icky, you know. Ugh, why is this respect accumulating in my room? What's going on? Like, people will actually like me? Get out of here, dude. I don't need that. And you give it to me. So thank you. I am the most respectable man on this planet. Prove me wrong. Thank you for watching. Max. Stats.